The big announcement last week. Yeah, and I'm a little late, but James Gunn, DCU, let's talk about it. Last week there was this thing that happened, right? James Gunn pretty much blows up the comic book world, DCU announcements, pretty much confirming some things, and some things that weren't announced. Now, the first thing that stands out to me was the fact that Lobo is a character that everybody has been talking about, making a movie for him and things that so he was never mentioned. But James Gunn never mentioned him, for a movie, a TV show, whatever. But I'm not worried about that too much because he did say in that 6-minute announcement video, said multiple times that this is only a part of what's to come. It's not everything in this. Well, he's referring to it as chapters, as the same concept as the MCU with the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Well, I guess DC, they decided to go with chapters. So chapter 1, he doesn't announce everything. So there's still stuff out there that we don't know about that's not officially announced. So yeah, there's some movies and stuff that's coming out this year. There's like 4, right? You got Shazam, The Flash. The Flash is supposed to be the movie that kind of resets everything in the DCU. So I'm kind of wondering if that's supposed to be. Now, don't kill me if I am off with this, because I honestly have not kept up much with the news when it comes to the movies and everything like that. Just kind of the basic stuff. So, but the Flash movie, I'm thinking it's going to be like a Flashpoint movie. I don't know, but he said that the Flash movie is supposed to reset everything. And then you got Blue Beetle and Aquaman 2 coming out at some point within the next year as well. And then I guess everything after that, starting in 2024, 2025, is all of the new DCU stuff. Now, he did say they have an 8 to 10 year plan. They put together an 8 to 10 year plan for this whole universe to connect everything from the TV shows to the movies to the games. So there's going to be that continuity, much like James Gunn had with the MCU, with Marvel and stuff. Everything had a connection and stuff, and it played out well. One thing I also did like that he announced is from a continuity aspect within the new DCU, the actors, they're going to be consistent. So any movie that has a different actor, or whether it be a voice actor for an animated series or a movie or a TV show, it's going to be like part of the Elseworld stuff. So that's how I guess you get the whole universe, right? So you get the multiple Batmans and whatever. So yeah, so the Batman that came out recently, the newest Batman, and then the Batman 2 that's gonna come out eventually, all that's going to be part of the Elseworld, different characters and different actors. So yeah, I mean, that makes sense to me. So I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that. So I'm kind of interested though when he's calling it chapter 1 and chapter 2. How many chapters is this book gonna be? And how long are these chapters supposed to be lasting? So every couple years, because you got Marvel, the phases and all that. So chapter 1 is Gods and Monsters, which is an interesting title. But it makes sense because you have things like Swamp Thing, guys like Swamp Thing, Superman, Supergirl. So it makes sense, right? So I will say this also: there's some characters in some movies and stuff that I'm not that familiar with, So it will be a nice thing to do, to be able to be introduced to them on the screen. Such as I've never really followed or kept up or anything with Blue Beetle as an example. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. But Creature Commandos and Waller are two things that are coming out that, of course, I'm going to watch them. But I'm not sure if I'm going to love them just because I don't have a familiarity with them. So, but we'll see though. We'll see. We'll totally see. But then after those two shows come out, what I liked and I thought was really cool was after those two shows, I can't talk. After those two shows come out, Gunn said, this is where the DCU, like this is the true beginning of the DCU, and you start off with the Superman Legacy movie. And that movie is supposed to be the true beginning of the new DCU, because everything's going to be reset at that point, and everything's going to be the foundation is going to be kind of there a little bit, but then Superman, the Legacy, that's going to kick off the new DCU. So 2020, July 11th, 2025 is the, at this moment, it's the release date in theaters for that movie, and it's going to be huge, man. July, so it's going to be one of the big summer blockbuster movies, and I'm sure everybody's going to flock out to the theater to see. Once them tickets become available, I'm going to buy them in advance, and I'm going to be there. But then you got the Lanterns show, HBO Max. So, Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, it's going to be a collective. There's going to be some other Lanterns involved with that, so that's going to be good. The Authority, some Wildstorm characters in that, and that's another one that I never really read in the comics and stuff, so it's going to be new to me. Then Paradise Lost is going to be a TV show, Wonder Woman based and stuff, so that's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one to look forward to. And then Batman: The Brave and the Bold is probably Superman, and this Batman: Brave and the Bold is like a 1A 1B for me, because this Batman movie is going to be the introduction to the Bat family in the entire DCU. That is going to open a door for so many things Batman related that I'm excited about. So excited about. But in this movie, Damian is going to be the Robin that they're going to portray, have in the movie, whatever. But even James Gunn said that Damian is his favorite Robin. What? Damian, and I know he's not the most popular Robin there is, but Damian is also my favorite Robin. I don't know. I like the little attitude he has and stuff. So I'm a fan. I like Damian. So it was good to know that James Gunn said that's his favorite Damian as well. So anyway, Brave and the Bold, I'm excited for that. Excited that that's going to open the door for the Bat family and the DCU. Can't wait. And yeah, so after that, Booster Gold is going to be a TV series. It's another character that I'm not that familiar with, but of course I'm going to check it out. He sounds interesting. He's like a loser from the future, then he comes back with the future's technology and stuff like that. So it sounds interesting. Sounds good. I might go on the DC Infinite app and read up some stuff with him. So we'll see. And then Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow movie. That's gonna be interesting. I'm sure, no doubt in my mind, that's gonna have like a heavy tie-in with the Superman movie. So yeah, that's gonna be good. And then Swamp Thing is the last thing that he announced, which is supposed to be like a DC horror type movie. That's kind of it. Well, he said it's outside of the DCU, but it's gonna have it's gonna feed into the DCU though somehow. So it's not directly within the DCU necessarily, but it's gonna feed into it. So that's going to be interesting to see how that works out. But Swamp Thing, I mean, it's supposed to be like an origin kind of thing. I don't know, man. So it's going to be cool. This whole DCU announcement got me really excited because I did make a video not that long ago talking about how, like the MCU is everything so connected, and, does it have to be so connected? And, some standalone movies and stuff would be nice. And I feel like I'm getting that too with this announcement because of the Elseworld stuff. So I feel like I'm being fed the best of both worlds, so to speak. Yeah. So that's what I thought about the whole announcement, man. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about some of this stuff. He already has a plan in place, an 8 to 10 year plan. So that's gonna be a lot of good stuff. And as I said, he did not announce everything in this first chapter. So there's more stuff. There's more stuff. Whether it be animated series, more movies, or TV shows, whatever the case. So I'm excited. One thing I just want to add my 2 cents into this. Some movies that I would love to see made by DC, whether it be part of the DCU continuity or an Elseworld type thing. I think with these ones that I'm about to say is probably more appropriate for an Elseworld thing, maybe, but they can work it either way, I guess. Don't really think this is going to be really realistic that they make these, but it's still on my wish list nonetheless. But the death of Superman, it's always been one of my favorites stories. So I mean, and this is like a huge classic, historically classic event that went down in comic book history. So this would be fitting if they made a movie about this, right? The death of Superman, and have the funeral, everything with it. Even if it's an Elseworld thing, a standalone thing, that'd be cool. I would love to see this as a movie. And another thing I think would be awesome is the Dark Side War, Justice League Dark Side War. This would be awesome, and I mean, I can only imagine like the CG stuff that they would do with this. I mean, I think this would be a great movie. And then this should definitely come as no surprise to anybody because I've mentioned it multiple times throughout the history of my channel, which has not been long, very brief, but nonetheless. I would love to see Deceased made into a movie. I don't care how. I don't care if it's animated. I would prefer live action. That would be my preference. But I don't care how they would do it. I would love to see this on TV in one form or another. I mean, this is my favorite right here. So, yeah, between Marvel, DC, any publisher, Deceased is my favorite story. And I don't know why. That's kind of good. I don't know. It surprises me as well, but yeah. So, Deceased, man. Make it happen. Put it on the screen, man. Make it a theater blockbuster hit, man. I know people would flock to the theaters to see that. So, unlikely, or I don't know if it's unlikely, but I don't know the likelihood or how realistic it would be to see any of those in the movies or whatever. But those are that's on my wish list. So James Gunn, I know you're gonna see this, but please make those happen. Please, I'm begging you. So those are my thoughts on this whole DCU James Gunn announcement. A little bit late on my points on it, but better late than never, right? So let me know what you guys think of what my thoughts are on this. Let me know what your thoughts are. Of course, check out the link below for my Facebook page, my Instagram, all that. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, And yeah, definitely check out my previous video. And I'm gonna catch you guys on the flip side.